Hi lovies, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today we're going to be on my back porch because it just feels way too good outside and I need some air. I feel like I've been in the house for days and I literally haven't because I just got back from vacation at that, right? Shows you what a free spirit I am. So today we're going to be discussing grants, funding, sponsorships, and partnerships. And I'm not going to break the terms down in this video, but I did put a few descriptions in the description box so that you can see those definitions. And throughout the video, I'll just be explaining how you can secure each of these funding types and the steps that you have to go through to get there. So you definitely need money in order to do anything, right? Revenue is one of the most important things. So I want to make that very, very easy for you. Like, I absolutely love having people tell me like what you want me to talk about, because then I can just give you the best content, and I literally do research on this stuff. So even in the description box, there's a video specifically on sponsorships that I wanted to share with you all because I thought it was really cool. So number one, if you're looking for grants, please reach out to the Chamber of Commerce in your county. If you live in a smaller town, you may not have a Chamber of Commerce, but whatever next neighboring city you have, definitely check there. So thinking about a smaller town, let's say you live in Yanceyville, North Carolina. That's a really small town, so you probably don't have a Chamber of Commerce there, but a bigger city next to that would be Greensboro, and they definitely have one. So the Chamber of Commerce is an area where you can get workshops, retreats, free information. I've actually been to a Chamber of Commerce in Winston-Salem, and they had a event where you could go and network with different people, and the mayor actually came out. So I had the opportunity to meet the mayor of Winston-Salem and a few people on his team, and it was absolutely wonderful. They had several vendors. Some of them were there with different types of food from local restaurants, and it was just really, really cool. And so within those workshops, they have access to funding. They also have different groups that you can join with people in your age group that can help you out with some ideas. And they also have sort of like retreats where you can go and network with other people from different counties and be able to meet sponsors. So another way that you can do this is having a business account, a business savings account. So if you're not completely ready to launch a certain portion of your business, I would definitely recommend that you at least secure your name first for legal purposes, and that you create an email address, and that you start building connections. And so while you're doing that, I would cash flow everything so you can get a business bank account. I personally bank with Wells Fargo. They do have a $500 minimum, and then if you don't keep at least that $500, they charge you like a $12 per month fee. You can also have a BB&T bank account, which is, they don't have any fees or anything, and they have this really cool app that goes with their product so that you're able to get some tips on how to build revenue and how to run a business. And Wells Fargo has an app like that as well. And then you always have your online bank accounts, which personally, I think it's okay to have an online bank account. Like, I have other banks that I bank with that are online, but not for business, only because I want the business account to be somewhere where I can access it in other countries. And like, Wells Fargo is super, super popular. So that's just me. So you can open either a business savings or a business checking, but just make sure you're putting money up and save a portion of your check each month to put into that business so that you can be able to launch your product or your service. So the sponsorships with like local businesses, go talk to local businesses about your brand. I recommend that you look them up first and make sure that you guys have similar values and similar goals. So for instance, if I wanted to create a foundation for women, I would go speak with local women's shelters. I would go talk to Interact of Raleigh, which is a shelter for battered women. And they also have a lot of resources there where you can even receive receive free counseling and sort of coaching before you go to court, and it's a wonderful program. So if you're doing a program specifically for women, you want to link up with people who are doing things for women as well, and then just make sure that your goals align. So if you're looking at, let's say your foundation for women was specifically targeting self-confidence, they need to have self-confidence when they're going through situations like this to prevent them from returning back to the same environment, right? And those same circumstances, even if they do decide to continue that relationship with their husband or their boyfriend or whoever. So it's really, really important. See what they represent, and also go to networking events. You can go to these different networking events, and there are literally sponsors there that want to invest in you because they're looking for the next big thing, the next ambitious young person who can push this vision for another 30 to 40 years. Also, you can go to showcases for sponsors. So showcases, contests. I know I participated in a contest at North Carolina Central University, and it was specifically for ideas. They called it the Eagle Idea Competition, and I won second place, which is wonderful. So you win money. Sometimes you win like coaching sessions. You can win mentoring. It just depends on what the contest is about. So definitely do a Google search and see what's available in your area so you can get a sponsorship. So next, she wanted me to talk about partnerships. So a partnership is a business that is owned by two or more entities, right? So you could decide to go into business with one of your closest friends who has a similar vision, similar major, and you're like, okay, I really, really want to start this business. Will you be able to help me? Maybe you have the ideas, that person has the money, whatever the case may be. I prefer partnerships, not necessarily in that type of way where someone's owning my business with me, but I prefer the kind of partnerships where I'm doing an event and I'm able to partner with another department or another business to be able to put a thing together. So for instance, Black Women of Durham, if I wanted to work with them and create something, or if I wanted to work with a few lash businesses and create like a expo of health. I don't mind working with other people and having sort of a collaborative approach, but not ownership, right? Because that can get really sticky, especially when it comes to other people and their credit and stuff like that. It gets real. So next, I recommend parties for getting revenue. So you can literally have what I call a donation party, where you bring in family, you bring in friends, you tell them about your idea, and have people literally sponsor you. And you can also call it a sponsorship party, like, hey, bring your checkbooks, come listen to this new idea. Have food, obviously, have an overhead projector or a computer, something where you can really project your vision, a really nice poster, make it neat, like put some effort into it. Even if you don't have a lot of money, go to Dollar Tree, get you some matching tablecloths, some matching forks, and make it look like the way you want your brand to be, right? Because you're expecting people to donate money to you. You can also get the food donated by some people who want to sponsor you. You can have free food there. You know, some people could just say, oh, okay, well, everybody will bring a dish, so then you won't have any out-of-pocket expenses. And I have had a few events like that where people were donating money towards like a conference I was having, and I did not have to spend anything out of pocket. So that's wonderful. So again, I will have the definition of grant, business account, sponsorship, and all of that in the description box. And yes, as always, if you have any questions, there will also be my booking link as well as my email address. So please reach out to me. And if you have any topics you would like me to discuss, you can either leave a comment or email me. Bye.